Two massive wildfires are still burning out of control in the Pacific Northwest, and together they've scorched more ground than the entire city of Chicago. In southern Oregon, the Wright Spring Fire has torn through over 50,000 acres, and right now, it's sitting at 0% containment. At the same time, in the mountains of Washington, the Little Giant Fire has blown past 120,000 acres, forcing people to evacuate the shores of one of the state's most beloved lakes with almost no warning. Combined, these two fires have burned more than 170,000 acres, both barely under control, both still growing. And one of them has already taken a life, a reminder that behind every acre count and evacuation map are real people, including the ones sent in to stop it. We'll get to who and how later in this video, because that's the part that matters most. The Wright Spring Fire started on August 5th in Klamath County, Oregon, about 2 miles west of the community of Sprague River, inside the Fremont-Winema National Forest. Within days, it became one of the most dangerous fires in the state. Not the largest, but one of the most unpredictable. By the second week of August, it had grown past 51,000 acres, still at 0% containment, with roughly 650 personnel working the fire. Officials described its behavior using 3 words: crowning, running, and spotting. Crowning means the fire has climbed into the treetops and is spreading through the canopy. Running means it's advancing fast across open ground. Spotting means it's throwing embers ahead of itself, sparking new fires before the main front even arrives. When all 3 happen together, a fire becomes nearly impossible to predict or stop head-on. That unpredictability is what turned deadly. Jason Enson, a dozer operator, was working the fire when it made a sudden, unexpected run. The shifting flames cut off his escape route. Dozer operators do some of the most essential and dangerous work in wildland firefighting. They carve containment lines into the earth that every other tactic depends on, often working right at the fire's edge in heavy machinery, on ground almost no one else can reach. Enson was doing exactly that when the fire turned on him. Oregon's governor ordered flags lowered to half-staff in his honor. And his death isn't an isolated tragedy this season. In the same stretch of days, 2 pilots were killed when their helicopter crashed while fighting a fire in Utah. Earlier this summer, 4 firefighters died in Colorado. The rate at which the people fighting these fires are dying should stop all of us in our tracks. It's worth understanding what a dozer operator actually does, because it's easy to picture firefighters only as people holding hoses. Dozer operators scrape a strip of bare earth down to mineral soil, wide enough that a ground fire runs out of fuel when it hits the line. That line is the backbone of nearly every containment strategy. It means working a heavy, slow machine right at the fire's edge, often at night, often in smoke so thick you can barely see, on steep, broken terrain. When a fire behaves predictably, an experienced operator can work safely inside that margin. But when a fire does something sudden, a wind shift, a rapid run, an ember that ignites the escape route itself, that margin can vanish in seconds. That's what happened to Jason Enson. Not carelessness, not inexperience, a fire that moved faster than the plan allowed for. The fire is burning through dense timber, with a thick floor of dead needles, branches, and debris, bone dry after a hot, rainless summer. That's exactly the fuel a fire needs to climb from the ground into the canopy and start crowning. The fire was especially active pushing east and southeast, crossing Bliss Road near Round Mountain, with crews scrambling to build anchor points and dozer lines to protect the communities of Chiloquin and Sprague River. That's the fight Jason Enson died in, trying to keep this fire from reaching the towns in its path. The evacuation numbers show just how serious the threat became. Klamath County issued a cascade of orders, numerous zones under Level 3, go now, meaning leave immediately, don't stop to gather belongings. More zones under Level 2, be set, and still more under Level 1, be ready. 2 Red Cross shelters opened in Chiloquin and Bonanza, and the Klamath County Fairgrounds took in livestock. When a county starts sheltering livestock, you're looking at ranch country, where evacuation means moving not just a family, but an entire herd.